So this is the British version of Got Talent, and the winner of that show gets to perform in front of the royal family.
Take into consideration the fact that one of the most well-known figures in the entertainment industry has left behind a fortune that is so enormous that even his own family is unable to believe it. The man who is responsible for some of the most popular talent shows in the world, Simon Cowell, has established an empire that extends beyond the realms of music and television. When his legendary career finally comes to an end, what kinds of things will happen? Could his loved ones be in possession of such a staggering amount of wealth? How did Simon manage to amass such an incredible fortune in such a stealthy manner? Simon Cowell's surprising legacy has left everyone, including his closest family, in complete shock. Stay with us as we uncover the jaw-dropping truth behind this legacy, which has left everyone in complete shock. We have uncovered something that you won't want to miss out on: the beginnings of Simon Cowell's rise to fame and his humble beginnings. The accomplishments of Simon Cowell cannot be said to have been effortless or to have been accomplished without any effort, as is the case with a great number of people who achieve fame. Although he was born in London in the year 1959, Simon came from a modest background. EMI Music Publishing was his father's place of employment as an executive. He did not, however, make use of his family connections in order to achieve fame. Being a mailroom attendant at EMI was one of the many low-level jobs that he held during his time spent searching for his niche. In point of fact, he spent more time searching for his niche than actual work. It was during his formative years that he attempted to enter the world of music, but he was unsuccessful in his endeavors. Naturally, he experienced a great deal of failure in the beginning, but it was his determination and his ability to recognize talent that proved to be the most beneficial to him in the long run. Simon left EMI and began a career in music production, which was not an easy endeavor for him because he encountered a lot of challenges throughout the course of his work. However, his initial forays into the world of independent endeavors, such as a small recording company that he launched concurrently with the Fanfare Records label, were ultimately unsuccessful due to severe economic downturns and ultimately went out of business. In spite of this, he did not allow any of it to bring him down. Simon's natural inclination to create charts led him to want to continue engaging in that activity despite the challenges it presented. The ability to recognize lucrative opportunities was something that he began to hone during this time period, which would later prove to be instrumental in his success in the entertainment industry. In the early 2000s, when Simon was finally making certain moves that would influence his profession, he was invited to be one of the judges for the talent show Pop Idol, which is held in the United Kingdom. Both his criticisms and his personality were so vicious that it was impossible to ignore him. His criticisms were particularly vicious. This resolute yet contentious attitude became a favorite among the audience. This portrayal of him as the cruel judge of the show became a prominent aspect of his identity and was one of the primary factors that contributed to the success of the show. It is indisputable that this led to his meteoric rise to fame all over the world, particularly after he took part in the production of American Idol in the United States, which cemented his position as a television icon all over the world. After that, there was no obstacle that could stop Simon from becoming a famous person. The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent are two of the most well-known reality television series in the history of the medium. He is the creator of both of these shows, which have significantly expanded his reach across countries. A number of artists, including Leona Lewis and One Direction, came into existence as a direct result of these shows, which not only made Simon a multimillionaire. One of his areas of expertise is talent management, which involves the process of turning any individual into a huge singer. He is one of the few people in the world who possesses this level of talent management, which is the reason for his position in this industry. His tenacity and foresight, and more importantly, his understanding of the market, were the primary factors that contributed to his gradual development into the person he is today. Those early struggles would pave the way for a game-changing opportunity that would catapult Simon into a global phenomenon, but no one knew at the time that this would happen. The American Idol Revolution. Simon Cowell's participation in American Idol began in the year 2002, which is sometimes referred to as a watershed moment in the history of television. American Idol was the first talent show to ever come up with such a concept. which was all about exploring the talent and its respective ugliness in show business without any limitations. This was despite the fact that there have been a number of talent shows for a very long time. People found it difficult to believe that this show was on all the time because it showed contestants as numerous as Simon Cowell, as judges in blood-stained knickers and making dismembering comments to hopefuls and wannabes. This was the reason why people found it difficult to believe they were watching this show. In a precarious circumstance, he and others like him spent a significant portion of their time on screen watching very little, if any, of either loving or compassionate behavior. Those spine-chillingly brutal swipes were so good that the audience could not get enough of them. It was not only for the purpose of observing the talents that the audience had gathered, but they were also eagerly anticipating Simon's subsequent remarks. The role that Simon Cowell played on American Idol ensured that the show became a phenomenon all over the world, and his performance as the tough judge was a significant contributor to the show's overall success. Simon was unrepentant in his delivery of the harsh realities to the aspiring singers, in contrast to the manner in which some of the other judges preferred to lighten the process for them. This gratified bluntness was welcomed by the audience, and they even loved him for being so impolite with them. This honesty struck a chord with audiences who appreciated his candidness, despite the fact that it came across as harsh. In many respects, Simon's approach revolutionized the way in which judges on talent shows interacted with contestants. He moved away from providing candidates with generic praise, and instead provided them with real-time constructive criticism that pushed them to improve. Following Simon's leadership, American Idol eventually played a role in the success of a number of musical acts that have emerged in the 21st century. These artists include the incredible Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, and Adam Lambert, amongst others. Because of his highly developed sense of commercial ability, he was able to identify singers who possessed not only raw talent, but also raw talent that was coupled with the ability to sell their music. In a constructive manner, Simon played a significant role in the successful transition of these contestants into superstars in the music industry. As a result of his phenomenal ratings and audience reach, Simon became famous, and he is now considered to be one of the most famous people in the entertainment industry. Following the success of American Idol, Simon began his reign as the most dominant figure in the television landscape all over the world. The show went through what is known as a global transformation and was produced in more than 40 different countries. During his time on American Idol, Simon achieved a level of popularity that had never been seen before. This success served as a springboard for his subsequent endeavors, including The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. His method of combining entertainment with the search for real talent resulted in the birth of a new form of television reality, and it was this revolution that brought Simon fame and wealth. In addition to altering the trajectory of the entertainment industry throughout history, American Idol was the catalyst that brought about a paradigm shift in Simon's career. The success of The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent, as well as the reality show American Idol, catapulted Simon Cowell into global fame. However, the music mogul did not simply rest on his achievements and bask in the glory of his accomplishments. Through the utilization of his abilities, he was able to conceptualize two additional groundbreaking shows, namely The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. Every single one of these shows has made a significant contribution to altering the landscape of talent competitions, and each one of them has also provided the audience with wit in a different way. The X Factor was the name given to the version of the show that was broadcast in Great Britain in the year 2004. In contrast to the original version of American Idol, which was solely focused on singers, the new version of the show also featured dancers, musical groups, and other performers, thereby elevating the singing genre to a more professional level. This was due to the fact that Simon was looking for performers who possessed that one-of-a-kind quality that she referred to as an X Factor, which is something that people look for in stars. Additionally, the work that was done on the project was carried out in such a way that it allowed for more room to search for and showcase performers who possessed multiple facets. Over 50 countries have adopted the X Factor as a result of its widespread popularity, which caused it to become a phenomenon all over the world. The formation of One Direction, which is widely considered to be the most commercially successful boy band in the history of the world, is indeed one of the most remarkable achievements of the show. On the other hand, this was not the first time that Simon had demonstrated his extraordinary ability to identify individuals whose appeal could be effectively exploited for commercial purposes. In addition to serving as a judge on the talent show, Simon was also involved in the management of a number of successful acts that were signed to his record label, Psycho Music. Not only did the format demonstrate the potential of the singers, but it also demonstrated Simon's inventiveness in producing reality television and staying people entertained year after year. This was what made the format so appealing. An extension of the talent competition was yet another innovation that was introduced by Simon Cowell Got Talent, which began its British version operation in the year 2007. A singer, a dancer, a comedian, a magician, or even a bizarre act could compete in this competition, in contrast to the X Factor, which was open to anyone who wanted to participate. The show's tremendous success can be attributed, in part, to the fact that it featured a format that was so all-encompassing, which kept the audience guessing about the next possible talent they would see. The program became well known for showcasing some of the most remarkable talents, such as the extreme talents of Paul Pot and Susan Boyle, which were both shocking and viral, resulting in the production of unforgettable emotional moments for the entire world. This is due to the fact that Simon Cowell has spent a significant amount of time working on shows such as The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent over the course of many years. As a result, his mark on the entertainment industry is firmly established. In addition to being successful, these programs have also established the benchmarks for the way in which similar programs should be carried out in other parts of the world. As a result of the fact that he was involved in both of the series not only as a creator, judge, and manager, Simon Cowell was able to develop the careers of the performers, which allowed him to elevate his status as an entertainer. The fact that such formats have been so successful and continue to be replicated over and over again is further evidence of Simon's skill in combining entertainment and the identification of talent. The investments that Simon has made in the music industry, the investments that Simon Cowell has made have been of great assistance to him in attracting the attention of the entertainment industry. In addition to his achievements on television, by means of his record label Psycho Music, Simon has been responsible for the creation of and even managed a number of the most successful musical acts in the entire world. To the extent that Simon has been able to take advantage of the raw skills and shape them into thriving global stars, no one else has shown this ability. Simon's shrewdness and relationships are responsible for the successes that have been achieved by a variety of performers, groups, and other acts, including One Direction, Leona Lewis, and Fifth Harmony, amongst others. During his tenure, these musicians were regarded in such a way that they not only dominated the charts, but also made millions of dollars from album sales, touring, and endorsement deals. Among the many successful endeavors that Simon has undertaken, the management of the boy band One Direction was perhaps the most commercially lucrative. As a result of their performance on The X Factor, the members of the band, along with thousands of other performers, were thrust into the spotlight. It was due to the group's widespread popularity that they were able to generate a substantial amount of revenue, which included millions of dollars from the sale of records, concert tours, and merchandise. In addition to serving as a mentor and manager through Psycho Music, there is no way that Simon would not have made a significant amount of royalty revenue as a result of the success of the group, both as a record label owner and as a writer. He has been able to broaden his circle of influence as a result of his ability to cultivate the talents of individuals and market them in a manner that accommodates those talents. Simon's involvement did not include merely signing and sourcing talent. Rather, it went beyond that. In addition, he contributed to the development of the artist's voice as well as marketing strategies. During his career, Simon endeavored to develop acts that not only had a commercially widespread appeal, but also had the potential to transition into other diverse markets. Whether it was pop R&B or the most sophisticated music, as in the case of Paul Potts, the winner of Britain's Got Talent, Simon's genius in marketing the artist to the highest population was one of the reasons for his continued reign in the music industry. This was one of the reasons why he was able to maintain his dominant position in the industry. Not only did this help the artists advance their careers, but it also made certain that Psycho Music received a steady return on its investments. Additionally, in addition to managing talent, Simon made strategic investments in music publishing in order to ensure that Psycho Music would be able to acquire the rights to a number of songs that were performed by its artists. His ability to receive royalties from a wide variety of sources, such as television and radio, as well as song streaming services, was made possible as a result of this. Since these expenditures were made on intangible assets, it was guaranteed that Simon's earnings would continue to increase even after the primary period of his shows and talents had finally come to an end. Talent and music were both included under Simon's control, and this operational model resulted in the development of a music empire that extended beyond the operations of the television network and generated wealth over the long term. The real estate empire of Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell has achieved success in both the world of music and television, which has enabled him to amass an incredible collection of real estate properties that bear his illustrious reputation. He has portfolios that include extravagant homes located in some of the most popular cities in the country, such as London, Los Angeles, and Barbados, among others. Every one of these properties not only fulfills the function of a vacation home, but it also serves as a constant reminder of the possibility of achieving financial success on a more fundamental level. Given that Simon's homes are typically quite spacious, up-to-date, and outfitted with the most advanced amenities, it is not difficult to deduce that he is not hesitant when it comes to indulging in self-indulgence. The neighborhood of Beverly Hills, which is where Simon's mansion is located, is among the most sought-after locations for proprietors of real estate in the Los Angeles area. The cost of such a residence is greater than $24 million and even higher. It features a contemporary fitness center, a swimming pool, a movie theater, and a sizable open area that is ideal for hosting parties. Due to the fact that the house is a hidden paradise in the fast-paced environment of cinematography, the design of the house reflects Simon's admiration for an atmosphere that is both private and cozy. Additionally, this residence in Los Angeles has been utilized for a number of notable institutions, which further solidifies the fact that this property is one of Simon Cowell's most prized investments. Furthermore, in addition to his estate in California, Simon is the proud owner of a magnificent home that is situated in the prestigious Holland Park neighborhood of London. This property, which is worth millions of dollars, is a reflection of his obsession with traditional architectural and interior design styles. In addition, the London house places Simon in the heart of the city, allowing him to direct some of the bright lights directly at the entertainment industry. This is a respectable real estate investment. As a result of this, he has been able to successfully invest in expensive properties located in only the most desirable regions, which has resulted in the value of his real estate investments consistently increasing over time. Considering that Simon is looking for beach houses and turning houses, it is not surprising that he is looking for one of the most picturesque ones in Barbados. An ideal visual of peace, tranquility, and rest that one is craving after a hectic round of work. The beautiful house that is located on the beach is the ideal visual of all of these things. The refreshing ocean, private beach, and the abundance of other amenities are all included. That being said, in addition to that, this not only demonstrates Simon's expertise in real estate, but also offers a level of comfort that is above and beyond what is typically found in homes. It is possible to say that Simon is a global tycoon in every sense of the word, because his real estate empire encompasses a wide range of properties that are located on every continent. This is comparable to the diversity of his entertainment businesses. However, despite the fact that Simon's impressive real estate portfolio includes properties in some of the most opulent locations in the world, the question that needs to be answered is who will be the beneficiary of all of this wealth when the time comes. The function that Simon's family plays. Due to the fact that Simon Cowell's relatives have a significant impact on his life, they will be the ones to inherit the wealth that he has amassed over the course of his lifetime. When it comes to his personal life, Simon's long-term girlfriend, Lauren Silverman, and their son Eric are the most important people in his life. Simon has frequently acknowledged that being a father has had an effect on his life, and that the majority of the choices he has made in recent years are related to his son Eric. This is despite the fact that he has a job that is not only time-consuming, but also notoriously time-consuming. Simon has even discussed the impact that becoming a parent had on him, stating that it prompted him to want to make sure that his family has a bright future instead. Lauren Silverman, who has been Simon Cowell's long-term girlfriend, has been integral not only to the success of her partner's business, but also to the development of their relationship on a more personal level. When it comes to Lauren being an important part of Simon's life, it has been through the good times and the bad times, including the phases that have occurred throughout the course of his career, such as the recent issues that have been concerning his health. When Simon eventually makes the decision to step away from the public stage, it is widely believed that Lauren will play a significant role in the process of monitoring his activities and ensuring that they are monitored appropriately. Their closeness as a couple has made them a powerful unit, and in order to comprehend Simon's inner drive, it is essential to have an understanding of the context in which Lauren's influence operates in Simon's life, as well as the extent of that influence. It is without a doubt the case that Eric is the most important person in Simon's life. The fact that Eric's future is one of Simon's primary concerns has been common knowledge ever since the year 2014, when he was born. Simon has never concealed this fact. However, despite the fact that Eric is still young, it is highly probable that he will be a significant beneficiary of Simon's wealth. This is because it has been reported that Simon is highly interested in providing sufficient provisions for his son in every sense of the word. There is a great fortune that is waiting for Eric, and Simon has suggested that Eric will one day become involved in the business empire that he has created. In addition, Simon has the goal of instilling the concept of labor in Eric, even if it means that he will have to work for it. It is expected of Simon that, in addition to his immediate relatives, he will also take into consideration his other relatives when drafting his will and inheritance plan. It is said that Simon is considering the possibility of distributing a portion of his wealth in such a way that not only his spouse, but also his relatives and other members of his family are content with the arrangement. However, the specifics of this plan are not known to the general public. This demonstrates that even Simon, who has a tough exterior and a tough public image, values the values of family, as it is evident in the closeness that exists within their family. Additionally, the fortune that he has labored so diligently to amass and has kept for a number of years will not only ensure the well-being of his family, but it will also contribute to the preservation of the family heritage for an infinite number of generations. Philanthropy and charitable contributions made by Simon Cowell. The act of giving back that Simon Cowell engages in can be considered an aspect of his legacy that has manifested itself in a variety of different ways. Throughout the course of his life, it is evident that Simon has provided financial support to a great number of projects. These projects include, among others, the welfare of animals, the health of children, and the response to crises, particularly humanitarian ones. The perception of Simon Cowell as a goodwill multimillionaire who spends his wealth in a noble manner has been enhanced as a result of the positive impacts that his philanthropic gestures have had on a large number of people. In the realm of philanthropy, Simon's primary focus and efforts have been directed toward hospitals that provide medical care to children. He is respected and associated with organizations that provide medical care to children and donate money to fund the treatment of diseases that are potentially life-threatening. Through the donations he has made, he has advocated for the provision of medical care for sick children, the construction of new facilities within hospitals, and the advancement of medical research. Simon not only contributes financially to these causes, but he has also gone to the extent of visiting reviewers in hospitals in order to offer consolation to sick children and their families. He does this in order to show his support for these causes. Animal welfare is another area that Simon is passionate about, and he has never been shy about expressing his admiration for animals. The rescue missions and anti-cruelty activities of the animal rights organizations that he is a member of are the primary focus of his involvement with these organizations. Even more, Simon has advocated for other people to adopt pets from shelters, and he has also participated in donation campaigns to voice his opposition to the problem of homeless pets. Due to the fact that he is determined that the animals are being treated in a humane manner, he has decided to provide financial assistance to a number of animal shelters and animal rights relief efforts around the world. On the other hand, Simon's generosity encompasses not only acts of altruism, but also the support of humanitarian causes across the board. Throughout this entire time period, Simon has never failed to be present whenever there is a crisis in any part of the world's location. He has made a number of financial contributions that are geared toward assisting communities that have been affected by natural disasters such as earthquakes and floods. In addition, his work has ensured that food, houses, and medications are delivered to those individuals who are in need of them, which is further evidence of his involvement in matters pertaining to humanitarian concerns. There are times when Simon's charitable acts are carried out in the shadows, but they can be either public or private, active or passive. His generosity has impacted the greatest number of people, ensuring that the legacy he leaves behind will be one of compassion and responsibility. To what extent Simon's production companies are valuable? Simon Cowell's production companies, particularly Psycho Entertainment, have been a significant contributor to the accumulation of his wealth, which has therefore assisted in the development of the diverse business operations that comprise his empire. Psycho Entertainment, founded by Simon Cowell in 2002, has become a global powerhouse known for producing hit talent shows like The X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. These shows, exported globally, generate substantial revenue through licensing, merchandising, and digital media, helping Cowell maintain his influence in the entertainment industry. Psycho also expanded into music, managing successful artists discovered on its shows, such as One Direction and Leona Lewis, with a vertically integrated business model covering both TV production and artist management. The company's digital presence is strong, capitalizing on YouTube and other platforms, which generate additional ad revenue. This diversified approach has made Psycho one of the most innovative and profitable production companies, setting trends in both television and music. As Cowell's legacy grows, questions arise about succession. Lauren Silverman, Cowell's partner, is expected to play a larger role in managing his business empire, alongside advisors, ensuring continuity in his ventures. His son Eric, although young, may one day have a role in the family's business, with Cowell encouraging him to value hard work over inherited wealth. With the rise of streaming and digital content, Psycho Entertainment is well positioned for future growth. Under Lauren's potential guidance and with structured management, Cowell's mission of discovering talent and producing engaging content may evolve to meet changing industry trends. His legacy, built on strong business foundations, is set to continue thriving in the entertainment landscape, even beyond his active involvement. And that is all there is to it. Your thoughts on what you believe will happen to Simon's fortune and empire in the future? In the comments section below, please share your thoughts with us. If you found this video to be entertaining, please make sure to click the like button, subscribe to our channel to receive additional fascinating stories, and don't forget to press the notification bell so that you are never reminded of any new information. Take a look at the following video that appears on your screen before you leave. You won't want to pass up this opportunity.